down jacket. Another person was wearing it was wearing jacket that I wanted.
As you can see, it is fairly cold. It's been raining this whole week. This is my backyard. The sun has gone down. It's day after daylight savings, so it is very dark. Anyway, tonight we are making a quick meal of Uyghur style lamb skewers. And I have about 6 or 7 here, I think. And this was a lamb stew meat pack that I got from a food delivery service. You'll see that it's cut into small pieces. Lots of fat laying still in there, which is exactly what you want. You don't want a lean lamb for this. And in fact, I would have wanted more fat in here if I could have. Okay, so I've got a bunch of this. And over here, I've made a spice rub. It's not really rub. I'm going to sprinkle it on when it's kind of halfway cooked on the charcoal grill. And if you've ever been to Xi'An, which is the ancient capital of China, there in the middle of the city is a beautiful bell tower that stands huge. You know, you can see the bell tower anywhere from the city, and right next to the bell tower is the Muslim quarters. And as you walk in there, it's literally like a different world that you walk into. And these lamb skewers are served on both sides of the street, all the way down, along with lots of other kinds of Uyghur foods. And there's a large Muslim population, as Xi'An is in the middle of China, and there's lots of Muslims that live there, Chinese Muslims. Xi'An was the capital of China for, I think, every dynasty other than the last two, the Ming Dynasty and the Qing Dynasty. I might have to check my info on that, but pretty sure that's correct. Anyway, so these lamb skewers are characterized by the spice that goes on top, which as you walk through the Muslim quarters, all you smell is the cumin that is everywhere, and that's characteristic of their food. And this spice rub that goes onto the meat is generally made up of 3 things, which is fennel seeds, cumin, and chili powder or chili flakes. Today mine has a couple more things in addition to those 3, and that is paprika. I put in some garlic powder and a little bit of onion powder as well. So I'm actually waiting for my fire to die down a little bit. It's actually too strong right now, and I don't want it to burn my skewers. So I might go and cook something else first and come back and wait for this fire the charcoal to go down a little bit. All right, when it comes to cooking over a charcoal fire like this, one of the things to remember is to not be impatient like me. I used to get the charcoal going and then just put the food over it right away, and that doesn't work because it's so hot in the beginning that your meat will touch the fire. I mean, the fire, it'll drip a little bit of fat in there, and then it ignites the fire underneath, and it just flares up all over the place. So you really need to wait till charcoal kind of burns down a little bit and kind of settle down a little bit before you put something on the grill. Because the point is to cook it over the heat, but not over the fire necessarily. So you don't want the fire to touch the meat so much. Okay, so I've got these 3 going. Looks like I have 6, so I'll do it in 2 rounds. Anyway, like I said, these are Uyghur style lamb skewers, just like you would get in the city of Xi'An in China. I've been there twice, and that's also where the home of the terracotta soldiers are. And also another very historical, very distinctive thing about Xi'an is that it actually still has a city wall. So you can see the fire flaring up right there. It has its original city walls, and you can get into it, climb on top, walk around it. But actually, it's not the original city walls. It's the walls of the original palace of the emperors. So the bigger city wall has been destroyed, but it's still magnificent in any way to be able to get onto these walls. They're probably like 40, 50 feet high. You walk on top of it, you're literally on a different structure, and you can walk around and see the city that way too. Very cool place. Like I said, I've been there twice. I'd be happy to go 2 or 3 more times. Just didn't get enough of it. And the Muslim quarters is very interesting, really cool to see. Lots of great food. And you see people that don't look like your normal Chinese people, the Han people, and they speak a different language. It's really, really cool to walk through, but we really didn't get time to dig around in there. We just walked down the main streets of the Muslim district. But these skewers would be sold everywhere in the Muslim quarters, and these guys would be holding these skewers, probably like 30, 40 of them in their 2 hands, and grilling it over their charcoal grill. And it's so neat to see. It's all over YouTube, so look it up. It's really cool. So you see, I flipped it the first time. Always give meat a chance to get crispy before you flip. So don't rush to flip things. Let it have a nice crust, burned on there before you do it. It's been very cold and very rainy here in California. I know it's not that cold to other parts of the world, but it's cold here in California. It's about 50 degrees right now. And so usually, if I was grilling more meat, I would do it over my rectangular grill that you saw in my other videos. But this is my rocket stove that I built during COVID, and I built it and then kind of forgot about it, didn't paint it, and that's why it's all rusty. And then it's been sitting out in the rain. So, but it does its job, and it's been nice sitting here, kind of warming my hands with this. All right, now that one side's kind of charred, I'm going to be sprinkling this lamb cumin mixture on top. Again, it's got fennel seeds, cumin, and chili peppers, and some extra garlic powder and onion powder and things like that. Okay. Usually it's a lot redder if you get it in Xi'An or in a Xi'An restaurant, and that's because they put a lot more chili peppers in there, and I am too chicken to do that. You'll see that these 3 I've finished. And the good thing about lamb, especially not lean parts of lamb, is that it allows you to grill. You can grill it a little bit past its time and it'll still be perfectly fine. You're not going to really overcook it. And if you really find that you undercook some parts, just pop it into the air fryer real quick and it'll be fine. All right, this guy's been begging to come outside to see what's going on. Actually, he knows what's going on because he can smell it. But good thing that he is too scared of the fire to get too close. But don't feel bad for him because he already got some of the raw lamb that I gave him when I was trimming this up. So he's just fine.